Hey guys, it's me. So welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be starting a brand new series on the channel called Fortnite Bootcamp. So today will be the first day or the first part, whatever you want to call it, of the bootcamp. I'm going to be making about 5 or 6 parts of this, and essentially what I'm trying to do is just make you become the best Fortnite player of yourself. So this is for the casual players, the pro players, the people that play on console, the people that play on PC, for the Nintendo Switch, the whatever, the controller, the keyboard, whatever it is. I favor this first part will be settings. So I play on keyboard, so my settings will be like mouse settings and stuff will be keyboard obviously. So today we're going to be going over the movement and settings. I'm going to make it real short and sweet. I have some gameplays at the end for y'all, so we're going to be going over settings and movement. There's two big settings that I just constantly have to just tell y'all to have on to just make y'all a better player. But let's not waste any time and let's hop straight into it. Alright, so once we're in the settings, I feel like a crucial thing you want to do is, if you're on PC and you're already on the performance lowest graphic rendering mode, switch over to D12, DirectX 12, and then once you restart your game, once it restarts for you, you're going to want to go into the graphic quality performance mode, or you want to go in the graphic quality itself, and you'll have way more options in this. You want to put everything to low, basically everything to low. So if you don't play on performance mode and you're on D12, or even if you play on performance mode, put your rendering mode on D12, restart your game, put everything on low, and then come back to the video. Okay, so boom, you got that, and now you're back in the video. So let's start with the settings. I'm gonna run through these kind of fast, not fast, but just I'm not spending 20 minutes on this. So anyways, and then at the end, after this, we will have 2 gameplays for y'all, and then that. So window mode, play on windowed full screen. All you need to know is the last sentence of the description, I guess. It says, but the game will run slightly faster. That's all you need to know. This, if you run windowed full screen, you'll have slightly faster FPS. That's all we want. So use windowed full screen. Resolution, I'm not too familiar with like the stretch res and everything. If you do kind of use it, I guess that's kind of on you. I just don't use it. I use 1920 by 1080. VSync, always have that off. Frame rate, have it on whatever your monitor is. If you have a 120 hertz monitor, 144, whatever the refresh rate of your monitor is. Mine's 240, so I put it on 240. Don't put it on unlimited. Just don't do that. Obviously, you want performance mode on. Brightness, all this stuff doesn't really matter. This is all personal preference. If you play on a colorblind sensor or whatnot. 3D res, I have it on 100. I don't really think it matters too much. I think it actually does read in the description. However, I promise I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about here. I have it on 100. Now, the only thing I have on medium that is not on either off or near or low is my textures. I have them on medium. I feel like, honestly, medium is a kind of, I wouldn't say must on the textures. However, I will put them on medium. Meshes you want on low, and then your show FPS and your report performance stats. I would recommend having them on. It obviously shows you what your performance is putting out and what you're running at that time. However, I have it off because I just got some OCD. I don't want it to show in my corner of my screen while I'm playing. That's why I have it off. So coming over to volume. Volume doesn't matter. I will say those subtitles. I've heard in the past by a few people, if you have these on, you'll run better. You'll have a little slightly faster game. Do with that information what you want. However, those are the settings for that. None of this stuff matters. Obviously, put on your central or your region. Now, there's 2 major settings I want to go over. Number 1 is auto confirm edits. If we are a casual, honestly, the only people I'm not talking to right now is absolute pros. If you have this on and you're an absolute pro, hey, you do you. However, for the casual players, this will make you so much instantly better. If you want to see settings that'll make you instantly better, turn auto confirm edits to both. Or I guess, or basically just on, but both. I have it on both, I guess. Honestly, don't know what both does. However, you want it on both. It automatically confirms and applies both your edits and your reset actions. So that's what it does. And then if you don't have any preset, we're in 2025. Who is pre-editing builds? So I have this disable pre-edit option on because I'm not, I'm not running up ramps with cones, so that's kind of my thing. And if you want the extra game options, this is how to copy them. Now, I will put your minimum FOV and your maximum FOV to the max. I don't know why you wouldn't have them on the max in the first place. However, trust me, put these on the max if they're not on the max. Replays, you want us to have all the replays off. They will be taking up input delay, so make sure all your replays are off. Like I said, I'm not going to go through each and every single one of these. Just kind of copy them as I go through them. Now, What is this? Don't need any of that. Actually, yeah, no, don't need any of that. That's all personal preference. This is the gyro settings. Obviously, we don't use that. Anyways, for keyboard and mouse, this is what I use. If you want the best kind of, if you're like that casual player, but you're just above, you're not just like a bum at the game, but you're not like pro, I would copy these settings. I'm not gonna lie, this is the standard DPI. This is everything. These are the best settings for like that better than average player, but not pro level. I'm not gonna lie, these are the best settings. So I have my X and Y at 9, my targeting sense and my scope sense at 33.1, and then my building sensitivity editing, I have it 135. I've been using this for a few months now. Usually I would kind of all bounce around between settings and whatnot. However, I have found this to be my personal best. Like I said, if you watch my videos, you know I'm not a pro player. However, I'm not just an average player, I would say. So if you're in that in-between stage, I would 100% at least try these settings out and see how you like them. Movement, this is so important. This is the absolute best movement settings by far, and I will show y'all in the gameplay why. The angles, like basically all of these, the forward and backwards, the strafe angle, this is so important. Run the forward diagonal angle at 72, your strafe angle at 90, and the backward diagonal angle at 135. And trust me, the gameplays will show y'all why this is so important. The way I move, I'm not calling myself a pro player. I'm just saying the way I'm moving around the boxes, the way I'm approaching fights, it's all because of this movement. I'm telling you, it will change your whole game aspect. So that's the keyboard movement settings. And then if you want my my actual keybinds, I'll just kind of quickly go through them. I couldn't even tell you them off my head, so if you want to pause them and go through them. When I first switched to keyboard a few years ago, I was always a controller player for my whole life. The only game I play on keyboard is Fortnite. I made settings and I got used to them and I never switched them. So yeah, that's my main settings. If you do want to copy them, you know, do what you want to do with that. But yeah, that is it. Obviously with the settings, the sensitivity settings, I play on keyboard, so if you play on controller, it's a little bit different. But that's my stuff. Now what I want is I'm going to go ahead and put 2 gameplays up, and I want y'all to just kind of watch how I approach fights. Like I said, I'm not a pro player. However, I'm saying this bootcamp is mainly for the casual type above average players. I want y'all to see how I approach fights, how, you know, health advantages prove a big points in fights when I'm low on health and when I know they have the health advantage, kind of how I move in the fight. Because I know I would struggle with this so much. I was at 45 HP when this guy still had 100 and then shield or plus shield, and I was still trying to take his wall and edit on him wide open in his face. So I got so much better than that. I'm just going to put the gameplays up. This will be the end of the first video, which was movement and settings. The next one will be, yeah, still thinking of that. However, the next one will be posted this week as well, or into next week because it's Thursday. So anyways, I'm going to pop some gameplays up. I hope y'all enjoy. And yeah, if y'all do want to use my code, it is code CashRun in the item shop. We have the Super Bowl coming up. If y'all do use anything to buy a skin, make sure you use the code, and I'll see y'all in the next one.